Now heads up, if you haven't played the main game story yet, this DLC assumes as much, and therefore this review must also assume such. You've been warned, so let me begin with the premise. I think I spelled premise wrong. Someone tell me later. The astral plane is colliding with our reality. Jesse Faden, as the director of the Federal Bureau of Control, must travel through the caverns of the Foundation to prevent the astral plane from consuming the oldest house. The missing head of operations, Helen Marshall, may hold some answers to the mysterious surrounding this threat. Mysteries even. As she travels deeper, Jesse will learn more about Marshall's disappearance and the Ignatic board. I didn't quite nail it, but you get the idea. Made some spelling pronunciation errors. I think it adds to the whole realism of the thing. Once again on the PC via Steam, maxed with RTX fully on, kind of DLSS 2 at 1440p, completed in just under 7 hours and 19 minutes with 4 DLC achievements unlocked. All side quests found were completed. Let's see how Control DLC 1, The Foundation, sets the foundation of the game's story. You see what I did there? The foundation sets the Do remember, if you need more of this, then stay locked like it's an episode of Threshold Kids. Subscribe, notification bell on, and like if you like it. This, in addition to watching 70% or more of the video, is what counts to me, but more importantly, to YouTube, if you're watching it. This caused a shift in the astral tube plane, huh? We go over the good, bad, and the ugly. We score it, and you play and share with your friends, family, and strangers. Although if it's a 0, then get out! 5s are okay, though. But 10s are rarer than an original TikTok video. The good. Good origins, background for the game's previous directors, owners, and an opportunity to catch up with a main campaign story character. The map is a little easier to navigate. It's a more concentrated, smaller area. I don't keep having a message that disconnected input device. That's put me off. Stop! Good similar gameplay to the core game really as well, which is no bad thing because the core gameplay in the original is excellently fun. There's some good side quests here and there in this one as well as the particular DLC. There's also some new stuff to use and ways to traverse. An emphasis on flying traversal in this DLC actually. So if you like the flyingness of flyingness, there's a lot of that to do in this. If that makes sense. Which it should do because, well, yeah. Moving on. The bad. There's still a lot of reading if you so choose in this. Again though, documents are relevant, story enriching, and worth the read. It's just, there's a lot of it. Also, it's not hugely different from the core game overall. I guess it's to be expected to some degree though. It's also somewhat frustratingly spongy final boss awaiting you. Of course though, technique and skill will vary opinion on that, but I felt like it was spongy and took a lot longer than it probably should have. So it felt good to succeed after the fact. But yeah, probably worth knowing. Might be in the bad box. Bit spongy. There you go. And then the ugly. I guess for me, some of the game's tasks feel a bit rinse-repeat, stroke padded. Looking back at the play through the video and kind of going somewhat from memory, I kind of feel that way with the DLCs generally. But that might have been because it was back-to-back, and I was feeling the pressure of the massive amounts of interest of the audience and what have you, and so it was kind of like, I don't know if I should keep going with this or not. And it back-to-back so much can make you feel that way. But overall, it felt a bit rinse-repeat to me and a bit padded. Probably could have been a little quicker, but then at the same time, we're only talking, 7 hours? I mean, it's not exactly long. What money they'll probably charge him for it, but yeah, that's my ugly. Alright, so I guess we're waiting for a score now. Tricky one, kinda. DLCs, I don't know. I don't even know what the price was for them again, so I think it was like £11 in English money or something like that. I don't know. About right price-wise, I suppose. But my score for Alan Wake, I'm ahead of myself. My score for Control DLC 1, The Foundation, is a 6.5 out of 10. It's good DLC overall, but nothing majorly different from the main game outside of the after campaign and origin story stuff, which is still cool to find out what's happened to certain things and certain aspects of things after the fact. So if you didn't like the main game, this isn't going to change that. It does feel a little busy worky in places too, despite some good sides here and there. Overall, good if you liked the main and want more narrative and gameplay. On the screen now before you are 2 objects of power, one of which is the review for the Alan Wake event 2nd DLC review, along with another awesome suggestion carefully selected by PimpTube itself. You're going to be clicking one of those after you subscribed, belled and liked. It is greatly appreciated. You're lovely. Go.